Hello and welcome to How I Cook, and today I'm going to show you how I make one of my favourite cheap dishes, tomato soup. It's not as simple as just popping open the can, don't worry, I'm not wasting your time. So we move to the oven section, and as you can see we have got, if we come and show the ingredients here, we've got plenty of ingredients. These are ciabatta sourdough rolls, the soup, olive oil, balsamic vinegar, Italian herbs, black peppercorn, coriander leaves, garlic granules, ground ginger, sea salt, hot chili powder and ground turmeric. And I'm going to tell you how we can make this into a soup. So I bought these ciabatta rolls from Aldi. They're very tasty, a bit sourdough, goes very well with the soup. And we put them in the oven for about 12 minutes. And we put it on about 180 degrees. So we'll put them in. If I can just put these in the oven. Be very careful when you put it in. Always use an oven glove. I'm not, but always use one. Okay, we're going to leave them in for 12 minutes. Let me just check the time. So we'll take that out at 1:04. Okay, so now we get to the soup. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn the pan on the hob. So we're going to turn the heat on, which we're going to use this hob at the top right, because we don't want to use too much heat. We want to gently simmer the soup. So we're going to put this hob on here, and we're going to put it on quite a low level, kind of like this sort of level. Just, can you show the viewers that? About that sort of level. Okay. So we're now going to place the pan on the hob. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to open our soup cans. I haven't really got any nails, so I always go for the spoon method of opening. You put the spoon under the cap, lift it up, and then you got your. Then you open your soup, and remember to try and tip it all in. So you like, give it a bit of a shake, try and get it all out. You don't want to waste any of this tomatoey goodness. And now throw it in the bin. As you can see, shall we show them how to throw people? And we do the same thing again. Open the can, in the pan. And now you may think, wow, what have I learnt so far? The party is about to get started. The party is about to get started. So here we can see we have lots of spices. Okay, check the time, 12:53. It's got 11 minutes to cook. It'll take about 8 minutes on the hob, this dish, so it kind of perfectly times with the ciabatta. So what we're going to first do is we're going to make sure the flame's right. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add Greek extra virgin olive oil, full of omega-3s, full of lovely goodness, full of Greekness. Okay. This will make our dish healthier, because olive oil is very good for our skin. So we add about, about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of olive oil into the soup. Just to reiterate, this soup serves 2 people. Now we're going to add the balsamic vinegar. Okay. This will give the soup a more tangy flavour. I think it goes really well. So it's one of the secrets to Italy, you see. So I've got a teaspoon here. So if you come over here, we're going to put 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, 3 spoons, and a dash for luck. Yeah. So now we've put our balsamic vinegar in. Next thing we're going to put in is the Italian herbs. See, tomato soup, Italy, same thing, isn't it, really? So what we're going to do is we're going to put the Italian herbs in there, and we're going to use, again, the spoon of goodness. So 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, 3 teaspoons. So we'll do about 3 heavy teaspoons of Italian herbs from Lidl. Okay, now we're going to add some black peppercorn. I'm going to do this to taste. Obviously don't go too wild, but I'm going to put a fair bit in because I think it tastes good. So I've bought the Cayenne black peppercorns. I believe they're from the one and only Lidl. So we're just going to do 1 grate, 2 grate, 3 grate, 4 grate, 5 grate, 6 grates. So we'll get about that much. If you show them the meal so far, put 6 grates of pepper in. Now it's time to do the ginger. Now we only had a very small amount of gingers. Gingers are very powerful herb. So we're just going to add about half a teaspoon. So about that much, about half a teaspoon. Bang it in. Now we're going to add a little bit of garlic granules. These are from Tesco's. And we're going to add about 1.5 teaspoons or so. So here's the first teaspoon. And here's the other half teaspoon. There. 1.5 to 2 teaspoons of garlic granules. Nice and healthy. Everyone knows the benefits of garlic, full of antioxidants and full of antibacterial properties. And now we're going to add a little bit of ground turmeric. Some say that turmeric can outdo dementia. It can help prevent dementia and Alzheimer's. And it's also just makes things taste very good. We don't put too much turmeric in. Put about half a teaspoon in of turmeric. And now we're going to go for a little bit of coriander leaf. I know a lot of people don't like coriander, but we both like it, and it goes very well in the soup. It gives it a nice kind of citrusy note. It gives it a bit of a citrusy flavour. It's nice, but it's not too strong, and we bought the Marks and Spencer's coriander. So we're now going to put probably about a teaspoon in, just over a teaspoon. A big heaped teaspoon. Bang. In the pan. Next thing we're going to do is we want to add a little bit of a zing to this. So we're going to add Tesco chili powder. And this is, you can use cayenne pepper, it doesn't really matter to be honest, but I'm going to add about 1.5 teaspoons of chili powder. This is not too spicy because the soup is very big. So we add about 1.5 teaspoons of chili powder. It's not too spicy, but it gives it a nice zing. And now we're going to add some Mediterranean sea salt. Give it that, not too much, but this is Mediterranean, and I actually added some pink Himalayan salt into this. Pink Himalayan salt is from Tibet, and it is absolutely delicious. And the reason why you want to have Himalayan salt rather than sea salts, this is like 60% Mediterranean, 40% Himalayan, or so 50-50. But the reason you want rock salts is because it has less plastic in it, because the plastic pollution, when you throw a bottle on the floor, you throw some chewing gum on the floor or a cigarette butt on the floor, that paper that plastic will dissolve into the water, and it will ruin the quality of the salt, and you'll get microplastics in your body which cause cancer, so you want to avoid them. And it will affect your testosterone levels, or hormone levels. And the final thing is nothing. We've done all the ingredients. So now what we're going to do is we're going to stir it. Okay? We're going to stir it all in.
Looks so good.
Look, and yeah, you'll find the olive oil will nicely cook all these things together.
Wow.
In a very neat way. And I'm also going to add a little bit of...
Should we put some sesame?
Not today, not today. We're going to add a little bit of Jersey milk. So I just add a small amount. There, just enough to give it a bit more creaminess. Add a little bit more. We'll add a little bit of creaminess into that, so as you can show the viewers. As you can see, there's a bit of milk there, and we're just stirring it in. It might not look the best right now, but trust me, this dish bangs, as the kids say nowadays. It bangs, and I can't wait to eat it personally. And now, while we're waiting for this to cook, what does any good chef do? They pack the stuff away. So the first thing they do is they're going to put the olive oil where it was from, and the balsamic vinegar. Put the pepper in the cupboard. We're going to put the ground ginger in the cupboard. Coriander in the cupboard. We're going to put the Italian herbs in the cupboard. Turmeric in the cupboard. Garlic in the cupboard. Salt in the cupboard. And the chili powder in the cupboard. Like any good chef, because we use this pan as this chopping board as our base, so we eat off the chopping board. And I'll show you how that works in a moment. So as you can see, we're going to continue monitoring this and checking the time, because it'll be ready. These will be ready in about 3 minutes. The ciabatta will be ready in 3 minutes. That's cooking nicely. So you can see we're just going to let this heat up and let it all condense on a very low heat. As you can see, we're just going to let it all sizzle together.
Why should it be low heat?
Because we don't want to burn the tomatoes. We don't want to burn it. We just want to gently warm it. If you read the pack for these, it will always say the instructions. Where is the instructions for it? Let me read the Tesco's one. So if you can see, empty contents into a saucepan and gently heat for 3 to 4 minutes. But we're doing a bit longer because we've added more ingredients and we're just doing it on a very low heat. So I don't really know how to call this soup. I'm just going to call it Bevo's soup. Bevo's soup this is. So we're just going to let that heat up.
It's really good. I love Bevo's.
Now we're going to prepare the bowls.
Ooh.
So we're going to prepare the bowls. As you can see, we have bowls here. So,
by the way, this is really tasty.
Really good. So we've got some nice bowls here, as you can see. Nice and 99% clean. You can only clean it, you can never clean it 100%. So we're just going to stir this a little bit more while checking upon the time. So make sure it's all hot and nice. Now when I eat this meal, it just makes me feel very clean after and very energetic. Also, it's very cheap, this meal. This whole meal will probably cost you, including the ciabattas. We bought the 2 ciabatta rolls for about, so we got some more here. These cost about 99p. You know, you could have gone for the more cheap French baguette rolls, but I decided to go for the sourdough baguettes. Sourdough baguettes, not ciabatta, I'm sorry. But it doesn't matter. And the soup, you know, we bought these soups from Aldi yesterday, and they're about 31p each, so you know, you can't really go wrong with that. So we're talking a meal for 2 for, you know, including the spices, just under £2. And it's absolutely, if you got served this in a restaurant, would you eat it? It's delicious. So now I'm going to stir the soup a little bit more before we begin to think about pouring it into our bowls. Okay. Now it's time to turn the heat off. We've cooked it for long enough, about 8 minutes. On a very low heat, remember, and now it's time to pour it into the bowls. So what I'm going to do is be very careful, pick up the bowl, and then pour it in very gently because you don't want to spill any of that tomatoey goodness, which I unfortunately have spilled a little bit. So we're going to put it into the bowls. There, forget it all in. The best bit's always at the bottom. And we're going to throw that straight into the wash. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tidy up the plate a little bit. So I'm going to get a bit of kitchen roll. I'm going to tidy this up. Okay. Not the best, but okay. And now it's time to get our sourdough rolls out. So as you can see, this is the final meal. And I'm now going to get the ciabatta rolls out. Get another spoon. I'll use this spoon. My lady will use that spoon. And now it's time to get the ciabatta rolls out. So be very careful as you do this because
Where are the gloves?
they're hot. So I'm going to put. We have a kitchen glove somewhere.
It's inside of there.
I'm just going to use, because I am a big man and I'm too cool to use kitchen gloves. I am just going to use towel.
It's not look. I told you, darling, be careful.
It'll be okay.
From the side way there, bit.
Here's the first ciabatta roll, nice and freshly baked. These are the best way to get your breads, by the way.
Yeah.
Always get the good bread. It tastes like you're in France when you eat it. And there. Thank you.
Let's have a look at the
Let's have a look.
final. Trust me, it's really tasty.
Let me.
Yum,
I'll have
yum,
a
yum.
little taste test quickly.
Okay.
So for the viewers, we're about to eat this in a minute, but let me try a little bit. Okay. Okay.
Is it hot?
Mmm. Amazing.
It was so funny.
It's like every cuisine in one dish.
Perfect. Can't wait to try it.
Thank you for watching how I cook or how I do things.
Cooking with Bevo.
And this is Cooking with Bevo. Thank you for watching. Whatever the name will be called of the channel. This is the first video. Thank you, and if you want me to cook any dishes, let me know and we can help other people
Reward the
cook.
case.
I love you.
I love you.
Let's peace out.